GoldBod story no.
Enjo.
Anything.
Enjo. Onini.
Ha, bracho me bo.
Kwame onini.
Bracho.
Ma what's mayan kana onini.
Auntie, honorable.
America wash wa ho bana onini ton abozen na ewi aya abokaw. Nti say ye kade the minority no e church azim na ye we kade won ton gold mbokaw na GoldBod aton gold abokaw a asem nin kodo
These account
mpocho
you command GoldBod.
Sir, can you have a one to Munkoso Kwame?
GoldBod.
Can you na want it?
What's you?
No, but I'm can you as some can I
GoldBod.
Into I am in America.
Aha. But
wait, Kwame Pocho. Is it me who is saying it?
Baby.
So must I be insulted? Or do be some hoba? Make you some to bido. Miss Obinizin akot to pardon there once an hoba. Is that not the report?
Now, Afenyo-Markin now hit back to Sammy Gyamfi and Sammy okay channel. In fact, it is actually very, very surprising. My brother share video from your WhatsApp. Maybe so what your comment section is to the news. Now, on now there was an interviewer. Young and there. Sammy Gyamfi joined in some kakano. Join GoldBod defend against the IMF. Trying to defend the soul of the GoldBod the Macau. And so no. Afenyo-Markin, it may prove wrong. We're trying to explain the very details of that man coming in. Now, it has gotten to a point. Onya bombers na onya kunya or the KFM. Now, even the host was shocked. Now, session come out with Ina. Sammy Gyamfi in Kanakade. Or yada Afenyo-Markins. Or the Adbiaran scene so. Bumuja. Pada man from there, yes, maybe one kuye because of politics. And Afenyo-Markin getting the baby. So your politics into the head, I'm at the and cow Sammy Gyamfi. Yes, starting in Kenyan, then cow and car Bahama and cow walk away with the crowd long time. But the point here is this: GoldBod no. IMF said I bought $1.7 billion. I can't know because what's some near looking in an instrument IMF crowd was abano. Now you would there. The cross me IMF no time in an end this wa benemuno so I can't what's there on yanakwar and then what about benemuno what's there when you put the IMF is even there. Now you remember there that man come was started original. Afenyo-Markin have been very, very, very straight to the point of Shakra table of the Casa. But Sammy Gyamfi Casa or Casa forgetting it there. One day he'll be accountable for the things that he said. According to Afenyo-Markin, and the host who was shocked, Warrior KFM no. Also there, or when the host in the pedal them out through some support TBT men, they say, my friend, Mamba there about true support example. I am here to tell you the fact and the truth of the matter. That matter earlier no kwe. Na sebeya ditum because this has come to stay. There, we are going to fact check everything the NDC are going to do. Na Sammy Gyamfi no. So Shanata. Nasa one shed the Pokrebeka Ukruma. Na in summer or the two. In fact, it was very, very surprising. She video from
GoldBod story no.
Enjo.
Anything.
Enjo. Onini.
Ha, bracho me bo.
Kwame onini.
Bracho.
Ma what's mayan kana onini.
Auntie, honorable.
America wash wa ho bana onini.
The big issue.
Page no. Kwame Pocho me music and mankind. Na me wi am famo Kwame Mbom to be fair me a politician e bia metwa akohwi enti Pocho one farmer Kwame kan afo wo di kan na wi afabra
where ye IMF International Monetary Fund Ghana was selected issues
correct
na one e free International Monetary Fund Washington DC
thank you
date no August 2026.
Yo, Mpocho area minority for reporter.
There be.
Kwame, can brofo no boko.
What's it?
Enjoy.
Kanini ya bebo lottery was now the numbers.
Thank you.
In 2025, the significant scaling up of DGPP operations led to losses of over 1.7 billion.
Billion what?
Dollars. That is 1.5% of GDP.
Right.
Almost entirely related to gold for reserve. All purchases. This amounted to a loss of 17% of the value of all gold sold by the Bank of Ghana. Losses accrued on gold trades are a combination of service and assay fees paid to GoldBod.
Emphasis.
Okay.
Kwame, emphasis.
Mate, meka hobiem. Was say amounting to 17% of the value of the gold sold by the BOG. Losses accrued on gold trades are a combination of service and assay fees paid to GoldBod.
Continue.
Discounts on gold sold to off-takers, that is exporters, and most importantly, exchange rate losses from the spread between Forex Bureau rate paid to purchase gold and the CD reference rate used for BOG accounting. That's figure 7. Survey data suggests that Ghanaian ASGL,
that's artisanal small scale gold mining,
prices are among
the abbreviation or your artisanal small scale gold mining.
Next is right. Gold.
Right.
Moon. Okay.
Right.
Are among the highest in the region.
Right. So it means that in West Africa, yen artisanal gold na in yet ton, it is the most expensive. Yet ton abozin na area ya bokau. And it's a yekade the minority no a church azim na ye kade one ton gold in bokau na GoldBod aton gold abokawa asem kodo.
These accounting losses partly reflect valuation effects rather than economic costs.
Stay there, Kwame. So what this means is that the argument by government abandoning Shemi there is always an economic cost to implementing an economic policy such as this gold purchase program. No, it's not correct, because per this audit by IMF with government ajatum. By the way, just for clarity, anytime IMF does a report, it shares the draft with government for government to express its own views as to the issues emanating from the report. So what I want the public to know in there, this final report is what both parties have agreed and signed to as the final conclusion. Right. So from this report, the IMF is saying there, the gold for reserve program or the domestic gold purchase program has a structural design defect. What the report is saying therefore is that the policy has failed, and the losses are not as a result of economic costs. That's why they stated it in black and white. Yeah. So you cannot even argue that the IMF was not fair. The IMF was fair. And the language of the report, per what we all know in governance, is agreed by both parties. So you have been indicted as a government for failing in such a key policy. So if you tell me that, oh, your justification is that you have brought in so much forex in the gold trade and that has resulted in the stability of the cedi, your own report is indicting you that no, you had some inefficiencies in the program.
The honorable when GoldBod naboka na BOG naboka.
This question you have the answer. What is the answer in the report? Before I come in with my explanation, in the report, what did the IMF say? Yenna yezi nukwarama iraze in Oman Ghana. What you just read, IMF attributed the losses to which institution? Mpocho.
You command GoldBod.
Sir, can you have a one to Mukos Kwame?
GoldBod.
Can you na want it?
What you?
No, but I'm can you assembly Canada
GoldBod.
Into I in America.
But
wait, Kwame Mpocho. Is it me who is saying it?
There be
So must I be insulted? Or do be some ahoba? Make you some to bido. Ms. Obinizin akot to pado there, one shan ahoba. Is that not the report? Is a minority lying? Is any serious institution making fact check in this country going to tell me that the minority is wrong? What is the IMF saying about the losses? Are they not attributing it to GoldBod? Are they not attributing it to the entire domestic gold purchase program? Are they not talking about the forex losses? Are they not talking about the exchange rates? Are they not raising the pricing? Kwame, let me add another point. When GoldBod loan was here, there were two things given to GoldBod as a mandate. One, a regulatory function. Two, a monopoly function. And I will explain. Make a regulatory function. GoldBod now was established by an act of parliament. Regulatory function you there. And one na artisanal gold. Yeka artisanal gold. Yeka the small scale mining. Funi nyina GoldBod is a embra. A regulating one. So that is the law I have passed. Second, Embrano Suse, Obi Biara or your small scale mining Biano, or your one institution in a oil ton no gold in the moment, or your GoldBod. Kwame. So anybody selling artisanal gold will sell that gold to GoldBod, because by law GoldBod has the exclusive mandate, monopoly over the gold that is mined under the artisanal gold mining, subsector of the mining industry. Now, an argument in there. To that extent, one cannot say that Sebio losses GoldBod on young one, because all the gold from the artisanal mining sector or your own and say one farm forward. Now say Ebekaya, when the minority first read the interim report of IMF, Bekaya the last year was it 10-year disclosure be your first report, the fifth review This report is a sixth review. One fifth review was stated there there were some losses up to $214 million. When we got hold of that report, we filed a motion in Parliament. You file a motion, an argument in there. Even the fees were just too high. And immediately you raised the fees as some, which was 15%. BOG and GoldBod held an emergency meeting and reduced the fees to 9%, and later reduced it further to some 5%. And now, after the sixth review report, Bank of Ghana says it is exiting the program entirely. Kwame, we raise this issue as patriots, as part of our oversight. The area parliamentarians say omanu bibiru kwacho na yen yanka wana bi on obaka nurse fu pia we school aben say a minister no say oni clearance, finance ministry say the fiscal space ahonzi nyi ho. Meanwhile, through this gold for reserve programming, you've incurred such huge losses. You needed only 6 billion to employ some nurses and teachers. Musu need 6 billion, yet 22 billion has gone down the drain.
My question and say, GoldBod for no, a Bank of Ghana for an amount say, Munto gold my Mukwa Munton say, fees ni and yame woman a say, where's Mufan we? It me GoldBod no, Semitoni in Anam the Comma Bank of Ghana, pay the shower dear mamma, some from Swobiba, what did me GoldBod say? And now, and Kofobisa say, Auditor General's report, no, can say Bank of Ghana, Nasa, a cassette, a cassette, a GoldBod.
Okay, Kwame, that question the latter part of your question, already you have the answer. That in the report.
The report, okay.
From the report, you know, your answer. So let's not repeat it. Now, let me come to the main question. Main question na nipa no bisa wono. The answer lies with government. Kwame, I am not responsible for policy implementation of government. I'm in my opposition. If our iyaben na introduce a policy, your duty is to put in place the guardrails, the mechanisms for successful implementation. When the policy fails, you take responsibility. So at this point, I don't want to get into the argument where somebody will say, oh, why are you not blaming World Bank? Why are you not blaming BOG? Why are you blaming GoldBod? Why is it that the losses are in the books of BOG? So as for GoldBod, say, you see, that would be amounting to mischief. Why? Because there is a complete structure, a value chain of transaction. You have traced the transaction to where the error, the defect is. So, maybe a defect in one, that should be where you hammer. Yes, it is true, and in all fairness, the report, it was Bank of Ghana that IMF audited. Yes, it is true that the losses are in the books of Bank of Ghana. Yes, it is true also that the losses are attributable to which institution? Continue for me from what we read.
Yeah, to the GoldBod.
Yes. Now, in all this structure, Bank of Ghana for Sabi, and one what artisanal gold Ghana. No.
Well, one mammy said, to say.
So what I'm saying is that, Kwame, to make it simple, no, it's a government policy failure.
Okay.
It's a financial loss to the state, true or false. The loss is on whether you mention Bank of Ghana or GoldBod, you are mentioning what? A loss to the state. Because GoldBod is a state institution.
I will not still wait free money is profit.
How do you account for profit? You account for profit by deducting costs of sales from sales. Anna,
yeah.
The mischief then is that the cost has not been captured there. The cost has been offloaded to another institution that is a subsidiary. Kwame, let me ask you a question. From the report that you have read, which you are still in possession of, the losses have been identified in the books of BOG, correct?
Correct.
But the losses have been attributable to which institution? Right. Now, Kwame, I haven't not been the GoldBod there. No, told one ma. Apologize. No, as yes, in Kwame, these are reputational issues. So, Kromano, yen now